we're going to be practicing how to maintain a nice key with that might have artifacts otherwise. So something like with that has motion blur or that has issues with the edges, and we're going to find a way to keep the solid parts and make sure they're solid, and even keep the semi-transparent parts semi-transparent. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our footage, and we're going to have 3 layers of footage in all, and we're going to name the first layer inner mask. And this inner mask is going to be to make sure that we have a solid mask where it should be solid, and we're going to have another layer that's just for the transparency. So I go here, and I'm going to use Keylight, and I'm going to just go in here, and I'm going to just do a basic key. If I look at the screen mat, it leaves a bit of gray in here, and what I want to do is I want to make sure that that is actually solid. So something like that. But what happens is when I make that solid, it's going to make this part look quite ugly. Let's just look at it real quick. And you see now it has this whole edge. Alright? It also brings out a lot of the noise that was happening over here. So I can then kind of fix that problem a little bit by clipping my black, but it still has this really, really ugly edge. Alright? So what that allows me, but what this inner one allows me to do, what this inside mask is going to allow me to do, is it's going to allow me to have a solid. Okay? And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to matte, and I'm going to choke this. I'm just going to do a simple choking, and I need to bring this back up to, can even be intermediate result, and I'm going to choke this a bit. And what that's going to do is that's going to decrease a lot of the issues that I had on the edge issues. I can even do final result, but it doesn't really matter. But this looks absolutely terrible. So we're going to need to have a layer for the transparency. Alright? I also am going to add in a blur. And I might give it like a 2, and it's just going to soften that a little bit. Now, next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my footage one more time, and I'm going to bring it down here. And I'm going to rename this to color. And what this is going to do is I'm going to grab the matte from here. And you see that it kind of makes everything a little bit nicer. When we compare this version to this version, see, it has like all of these issues. And we'll just go to intermediate. Alright. Right? But by using the alpha channel from the inner mask, we can also blur this up, maybe so we blur it just a little bit. And the thing is I need to get rid of the green color spill. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go to advanced color spill, and I could try a couple of, I might want to try standard, or I could try ultra. Ultra looks a lot better. It doesn't have that dark edge. So I'm going to use ultra, but it gets rid of the green color spill. So if you compare, now I need one more layer, and that's for the transparent mask. So I'm going to call this the edge mask. Alright. this one more time. Okay, and what you'll see is now I have this beautiful transparency, and I have a nice edge. Alright, if I feel like I need to get rid of, if I'm a little bit careful, I will notice that I have a little bit of grain in here from this one, so I do need to clip my blacks just a little bit. I'll just go to 10. And that clips that noise that was hanging out in the edges. Alright, so I have my kind of inside mask, which gives me a solid, let's just look at the alpha, gives me a solid alpha, and then I have a edge mask, which actually didn't give me a solid alpha right here, but I have my edge mask that allows me to have these nice transparencies, better edges, but actually it's not completely solid, so this allows me to have the best of both. This is the combination of the two. If you feel like this is too sharp, you can always go into your inner mask and you can blur it some more. And that would soften that up a little bit. Okay. Okay. And that is a way to preserve nice edges.